Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn People Podcast. I am your host, Ricky Valero. On today's episode, we have a fun one for you as we are reviewing the upcoming Netflix film, Fair Play. We're going to talk about the new Hunger Games trailer. We're also going to rank the highest, or give our ranking of some of our favorite films, of the highest grossing films of all time, while giving you some movie and TV recommendations on the way out the door. As always, I'm joined by my partner here, Mr. Don Fisher. How are you today, buddy?
I'm great. You know what I'm saying? When it's football season and my teams win, it's always a good weekend. Them Hurricanes, we won. The Packers squeaked out a win, but we looking decent. So yeah, I'm not doing too bad, except that tomorrow's Monday and I want to go to work, that whole thing.
At worst case scenario, you could be a Bears fan. I mean, worst case scenario, you could be a Broncos fan. I mean, there's a lot of scenarios right now where you could be something that you're not. So I think you could be slightly happy about that. You know what I mean?
I don't know how they put up 70. Like, I thought when I saw somebody on Facebook say something about them scoring 70, and I thought they were like they were exaggerating. Like, they put up a lot of points and just like said 70, and then I go look on the ESPN app and I was like, oh, y'all are terrible. What happened? I mean, I know Tyreek Hill is fast, but holy shit, like 70? Like, you're not even trying. And apparently that was the most points since 1966.
And they had the opportunity. They had the opportunity to do 73 to kick a field goal, which would have tied for the most all time. Yeah. And they decided just to kneel the ball.
Nah, I'd have put them in the history books.
Might as well. I would have been doing everything I could. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm one of those people. I don't care about your feelings when it comes to football. If we can score 100, we're scoring 100. I'm sorry. You should have been able to stop us. I don't think it's bad sportsmanship. I think it's bad preparation on the other teams, on their side. So, do better.
I 100% agree. I'm team with you right now. I would have ran up the score until I couldn't.
Yeah.
I've got no empathy or sympathy for anybody. But that being said, we do have a packed show this week. You know what? I am going to kick it off with a segment that I love doing. And we're going to talk about the trailer of the week once I figured out how to get the buttons up here. Here we
go. Ricky's favorite. This week we have the trailer for The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Why it's so long? I don't know. You tell me. Years before he becomes the tyrannical president of Panem, 18-year-old whatever Snow, his long ass name, sees a chance for a change in fortunes when he mentors Lucy Gray Baird, the female tribute from District 12. Now, I'm not somebody who watched the Hunger Games at all. It came at a time in my life where I was a different person and I thought the Hunger Games was some soft shit and I wasn't going to partake in it. However, I have changed. I still just haven't gone back and watched those movies. But I will say I was somewhat intrigued by this trailer because I know enough about the Hunger Games and over the years, all the references and clips I've seen to kind of know what was going on. And prequels are always kind of cool when you know where this huge person or event happens, and then to kind of see where it started from is always pretty interesting. And it has a super huge cast. You have Rachel Zegler, Hunter Schafer, Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis, Tom Blythe, somebody with a super long name that's confusing, and Jason Schwartzman. I mean, there's a lot of people in it. It looks more like it's going to be choosing love over power type of thing. This your Sophie's choice. Do you want to be all powerful or do you want to like get them cheeks essentially? So yeah, it does look interesting to me. Will I go back and watch the other films? I don't know, but I'm intrigued by it. What are your thoughts?
So, as someone that has seen the first movies, was there four of them? Four of them.
Something like that.
Yeah, the third one was split into two movies for no other reason than the blockbuster money. You know, the trailer, it looks fine. I think it looks similar to the other ones. I'll watch it. I mean, I do like the cast. I'm still about Rachel Zegler. Like, I'm still very about her. I don't really know if I love, she's funny on Twitter, you know what I mean? It doesn't make you a great actress. But yeah, I mean, Peter Dinklage, he looks like he could be good in this. Jason Schwartzman, anything Viola Davis is in,
yeah,
I'm seated for. She's like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
So she's a fantastic actress. Josh Rivera. Also, Josh Rivera is Zegler's boyfriend. So maybe that's how he got cast in this. But Francis Lawrence, what did he direct? Let me go look at him. Oh, so wait a minute. So the guy that directed three of the first four. Okay, so he's back to direct this. Oh, he directed Slumberland. I'm out. Whoa. Wow. He directed Slumberland from Netflix last year. What was Ooh. He did. So he's got a pretty good. I mean, he's got a pretty good history though. I Am Legend. Constantine wasn't terrible. I don't know what Water for Elephants is, but that is Reese Witherspoon, Robert Pattinson. I don't remember that movie. And then
I'm sure that's based on a book that she got the rights to, because that's like her MO now, right?
Oh, it's 2011. Yeah, but it was based on the book though, so way to go. I mean, whatever. And then of course he did 3 of the 4 Hunger Game movies. Red Sparrow, Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, that was good.
That was pretty good, yeah. And then he had Slumberland. So I mean, we can't win them all. But he's a director of C, the show on Apple TV too. I'm surprised. Yeah. I never watched that one yet. I don't know. I'm going down a rabbit hole for no reason on the live podcast here. But that being said, I'll see it. You know what I mean? I'll see it. You know what I mean? It has very eerily similar feel to the original. Jennifer Lawrence slayed the original film, so it's going to be hard to kind of upset that dynamic. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's jump into some news of the week. The news of the week is going to be short, sweet, and to the point. I want an over-under on how long you think Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will last.
Look, man, her reputation for dating men for creativity purposes as a muse of sorts is unmatched. I think that's, for better or worse, that's kind of what she's known for. I don't really see nothing wrong with it because she's just out here, doing her thing. And, if it happens to spark interest to make a song, fuck it. That's what you do. You're an artist. However, if I know that there's a chance that she might flame me in a song, I got to make sure everything is A1 at all times. And I don't have that kind of energy these days. So I'm going to opt out and say, no, sorry, Taylor. Not that she'd be looking my way anyway, but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like it's not real. I think this is just one of those, we're hanging out and we'll see what happens. I don't think it's legit. I mean, I know she's at the game today. But I don't think it's going to last long.
Do y'all talk to chat? Yes, of course we do. What's up, Matt? So this is my thing. I feel like this is all show for something, right? You know what I mean? There's something going on. Maybe they're smashing. Who knows? Good for Kelce. But you're right. The thing about it is if you look at the track record, you guys understand Jake Gyllenhaal still has his Instagram comments off on his Instagram because of the Swifties. You know what I mean? Like, all I will say to this, Travis Kelce, be careful, my friend. like, let her be the one that breaks things. Like, don't cheat, don't look Don't scroll. Don't swipe. Don't do anything potentially to put yourself in a body bag. You know what I mean? Because
Nope.
you will be put 6 feet. The Swifties were on Twitter today trying to figure out what football meant. You know what I mean? Like they were trying to figure out what a field goal was, what a first down was, like a touchdown. Why is it like there was literally one tweet out here that was the funniest thing ever where it said football. This is from a Taylor Swiftie football explainer for those confused. You have 4 tries to go 10 yards. If you do keep the ball and the cycle repeats, and if you don't, the other team gets it. You can score a touchdown for 6 points or kick a field goal for 3. That's basically all you need to know. And then one girl responded, said, "What's a field goal?" Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
I don't know. I give it less than 6 months. I don't know. Maybe she dumps him mid-season and then they don't go to the Super Bowl because that would make me very happy. So,
I mean, if we hear a song with any kind of mention of yardage or lines or end zone or field goal or whatever, we know Kelsey fucked up.
yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, Taylor Swift's like, I've dominated everything. Why not come into the world of football and start stealing things over here too? But all I know is I am intrigued to see where it goes. And I was really hoping that they would lose. Like I know they faced the Bears. It was the wrong team, but I was really kind of hoping they'd lose just because.
Oh, now that you say that, can you imagine if they really go public, right, and they're dating, if a referee calls a bad call at a
my God.
Kansas City game? Oh my God. They thought the NFL fans were bad. They better watch their addresses and their homes and
So there's this little video going around right now. Hang on, of them leaving. Look.
Oh, shit.
No, they're not holding hands. Let me.
They're just a little close. A little close.
Yeah, they're just a little close and a little acknowledgement. You know what I mean?
How tall is she? She's almost as tall as he is. I didn't realize how tall she was.
Yeah, she's pretty tall. Yeah, she no heels on, just some tennis shoes. So.
I'd low key be fearful of her because she's got a lot of power. So yeah, them referees. Look, you play Kansas City, you better call that game straight, or it's a wrap.
It's a wrap, man. Don't you let the Swifties figure out how to football. You know what I mean? Like, don't let them figure it out. Pass interference game on the line. You know, it won't matter who it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's exactly. It's honestly going to be funny witnessing the Swifties take over the NFL. It's literally like, I mean, it's going to happen. And to be honest with you, like, it's probably like an untapped market for Taylor. So it's like, yeah, let me get my face in front of it. You know, 3 months she'll have a freaking, you know, breakup song. You know what I mean? Something about Kansas City was in the background. You know what I mean? Some shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. The new chief in town. You know, something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't know. It is what it is.
This is gonna be entertaining.
It really will be.
All right, we got this big film that I just got to see. It's about to come out. It was Ricky's second time, and I'm talking about Fair Play that will be soon coming to Netflix. An unexpected promotion at a cutthroat hedge fund pushes a newly engaged couple's relationship to the brink. I know you got some strong feelings about this film, so I'll go first. So usually if there's something that Ricky or anybody else has seen before me, they tell me how good or bad it is. You know, I to certain people I trust, some people I don't. So I'll go, okay, let's see how right or wrong they are. And Ricky happened to be 100% correct because this movie like took my breath away. I don't, man, it's hard to explain. Like, we talk about tension, we talk about like emotion, we talk about like, you know, ferocity and fierceness and these type of things, but there's no amount of words that we could fully, you know, articulate about this film that will do it the justice that it deserves, because this is a film that comes out of left field and essentially, you know, puts you on your ass with a right hook, because it has so much symbolism. You don't see any of it coming. And this is such a great telling of modern day with power dynamics and gender roles, and a hedge fund happened to be the perfect place to be able to tell this story because we naturally hear about finance bros. But what happens when a woman enters this world and is able to outdo these guys who are always going to look at people from the outside of the world and maybe women as inferior in this world because this is our realm. And I mean, we were just talking football. It's essentially like putting a woman on a male football team and her beating everybody's ass and everybody being like, "Holy shit, how did this happen?" I mean, the tone of the film is great. Some of the scenes are. I mean, you can cut the tension with a knife. Um, and you get to see. I mean, it's almost like fresh faces. You've seen these faces once or twice before, but now they're gonna start becoming household names after you see these performances. And it's one of those ones too. Is that after I think a couple of days after we watched it, I came to Ricky with a new take on the film, and it is one of those. It's gonna make you think. It's going to it could cause some fights, honestly, depending on who you're seeing it with, and their outlook on life and these gender roles. So if I had to compare it to anything, I mean, I guess you would take kind of this money hustle world of like the Wolf of Wall Street, and then I guess maybe like you said, like kind of like a Fate of Attraction type of vibe. And I mean, it's sexy and it's power. There's a power vacuum, and it's crazy. It's great. If you have the opportunity to see it in theaters, I definitely think that you should take up that opportunity. If not, go to your friend's house who has the biggest TV, and check it when it comes to Netflix. But yeah, I mean, it's one of the best films of the year. It's definitely probably in my top three. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
So I saw this in January of this year for Sundance, and I saw it on either probably just on my laptop, almost basically a computer monitor. You know what I mean? So having the opportunity to see it on the big screen, um, for me, it really stood out because the sound design is really moving of the story in so many different aspects. This is reminiscent of a 90s thriller. Not overly sexy, but kind of sexy thriller in some aspects. Um, it really tackles the female empowerment versus the fragile male ego that really is stayed stuck for generations and generations and generations. Because we talked about this together. If one of our wives came home with a $500,000 check, there wouldn't be a question. There wouldn't be an ego hurt. I would be on cloud nine. You know?
we came up, damn it.
We going big now, baby. Like that's exactly how. But she perfectly captures the toxic game of the corporate culture in this gender expectations. Exactly. You know what I mean? Cash it. We cash it. We cashing it together. You know what I mean? Like
right.
We riding. You know what I'm saying? Like 500 grand. Chloe Dumont, it's by far my second favorite screenplay of the year. It's the third favorite movie of the year currently right now. Second movie right now is not, I don't know if it's coming out or not, but Fair Play is that movie. It's as close to perfect as possible. It's not a five. It's not a masterpiece. There's something that I would leave out. I don't know what that is exactly. I'm waiting to watch it. I have it now at home as well. Again, I can't wait to dissect it. But to be honest with me, if I'm an Academy voter right now, this is screenplay wrapped up with a nomination. Phoebe Dynevor is a lock. She's going to be a lock in my 5. She's locked in. Throw away the key, like her and Greta Lee from past lives. Just don't even ask. Like that's going to be 2 of my 5. I'm blown away by both of their performances. But And then Alden I feel like when I first watched it, I don't think I was as high on his performance, but then this second time, I was fascinated. I was almost found myself more glued to his character because there was a shift in the movie after she gets the promotion. There's a shift because you have him. He's this pompous, arrogant. I'm the kind of the shit, and it flips its head on its back because she gets the promotion and he doesn't. And when it does that, there's little moments in the film where he has a reaction to the way she looks at her, the way she touches her, the way that there's a joke in the film that I can't, it's a funny joke and I'm not going to spoil it, but she comes home after a night with the guys that typically would be with the guys and goes over this joke. And it is the most vile, fucked up joke in the world. And if it would have been his boy coming home to tell him that joke, he would have laughed for hours. Yeah. But instead, it was his old lady coming home from hanging out with all the people that he thought he would be hanging out at the strip club till 2 or 3, 4 in the morning, coming home to tell that joke. And it made him so mad. It's razor sharp screenplay that it's got some fantastic one-liners in it. But
I mean, is that subtle, like once it really started up, and you don't know it until kind of afterwards, but there's this like, oh, I'm happy for you. Oh my God. You could see, I don't know how, honestly, I don't know how he captured that emotion, but he crumbles. Yes. And this kind of starts this crazy like descent into like madness essentially. And it's a sight to see. It's a sight to see.
Yeah, and like I said, I was more captivated by his performance the second time because watching his ego slowly deflate as every day passed to the point where he has a scene where it's just he's on his knees and it's just the most brutal scene that you will watch. It's so bad. And when you watch it, you have this empathy for him even, and you feel this empathy because and maybe you shouldn't, you know what I mean? Because of how he's acted, but man, like the reaction to how he is there, it's so brutal. And what's his name? Hang on. Edie Morrison. He's like the big dog in the movie. Yeah. He has like very few lines and dialogue, but he's brilliant. Like he's really added.
He's terrifying as a boss.
Yes. And he's like 4'2", which makes it even scarier. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fantastic. Please, like Dom said, if you're able to catch this in a theater near you, please do. It drops on Netflix October 6th. So please watch it. If you are somehow stumble across this and you're a voting body member on any awards thing across the board, please watch this film. Please give it your full attention. It deserves it. Let's dive into some watch recommendations. All right. So our favorite part of the week, each and every week, is recommending some films that maybe we recently watched, we rewatched, or something new that came out, or something that's from 30 years ago that we rewatched and we want to tell you all about. And maybe you want to spark up something and watch it. But Dom, what do you got for us? Watch recommendation this week.
All right. So it's almost my favorite time of the year. It is almost October. And what does October typically spark but Goosebumps? So that is what I watched recently. I watched, I believe, 2014, 2015, the Jack Black Goosebumps movie. I hadn't watched it in its entirety, and it had been a long time since I even thought about it. It popped up on my TV, and I was like, you know what? Let me check it out. You know, they got the new Goosebumps series about to come out soon with Justin Long. Let me check it out, and man, it's a fun movie. That is a fun time. I used to love reading Goosebumps as a kid. I wish the kids would go back and read these books because they were so great. And I think that, you know, these books help form our generation and how we see things and why we're not scared of certain things. But the movie's a lot of fun. I believe I watched it on what was it? It was either Disney Plus or Netflix. I can't remember which one exactly. Yeah, man, super underrated. Yeah, exactly. It's great. And then for my television, recently on Max, I don't like calling it Max, HBO Max. Um, Young Love. If you've seen the Oscar-winning short Hair Love, the director Matthew A. Cherry has a new series called Young Love, which follows the same family, but now it's a full series. There, I believe, was 10 episodes, and we don't see a lot of like black animation, and we don't see a lot of, and if we do, it's kind of it leans into the culture sometimes to where it may alienate some people on the outside who want to watch it but don't understand certain things. And this, I think, is the happy medium, to where it's going to have your references, to black culture that you may only know if you are part of the black culture or have a lot of black friends. But then it also has everyday instances that everybody can relate to. Your young millennial parents trying to figure it all out while also chase a career because, the American dream isn't what it used to be. And the show it takes place in Chicago. The city is very much alive in the show. You have Issa Rae, you have Kid Cudi, Loretta Devine. There's a lot of great voice acting. It's a easy watch. You can binge it in a day or two. So definitely check that out on Max. And then Goosebumps. You have to search it because I don't remember what streaming service it was on.
Yeah, man, Goosebumps was my childhood, man. I love those books so much. I'm excited to check out the TV show. I have it. When does it? Do you know when the TV show comes out? I don't. I really don't.
I want to say soon.
Yeah, I know. I think it's soon. We got it, and I just didn't remember when it was going to come out. I'm just going to promote it real quick. Let's see, Goosebumps show TV series. That's 1995, Ricky. 2003.
October 13th.
Oh, perfect. So I got a little
Friday
time.
13th. Yep.
Oh, perfect. Love that. Love that. So yeah, I can't wait to check that out as well. So that being said, two recommendations out of me, movie wise. I rewatched Barbie, available on VOD. If you're one of maybe 6 people in the world that did not see the movie in theaters, it is now available to rent or purchase on VOD. My stepson wanted to watch it, so we put it on last night. My wife and I and my stepson, we watched it last night. It's a banger. It's fantastic, well written. I still can't believe that Greta Gerwig got the budget, the script, the approval to get all of those things done for that movie. It's a fantastic movie.
And I'm so happy that Margot Robbie got one. Damn it, she got.
I know exactly. It's been meaning to. It actually sparked what. It's crazy because that will actually spark what our rankings are here in a little bit. My second recommendation of the week is Country Wayne's A Woman's Prayer. I just want to throw that out here that yes, I do like stand-up comedy, even though the world does not believe that I do. I just probably don't like your favorite stand-up comedian's special. That being said, this guy, one of the most beautiful things about this special is his infectious energy when he hit the stage. He has this larger than life persona to him, but there was this appreciation for being on stage that he's worked his tail off to get to where he is, to get a Netflix. But it's not just, you don't just get a Netflix special. You know what I mean? This isn't, not just hand it to you. You know what I mean? You got to earn that. And not only that, I mean, his first special, he's getting an hour. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting an hour on Netflix. He's earned it. This might be many people's introduction to him. Dom and I talked about it. He's got a lot of old skits on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that I believe that you should check out. Very vulgar, very raunchy, but right up my alley. It's really was a joy to watch. So Country Wayne, Woman's Prayer on Netflix, Barbie on VOD. And let's go ahead and transition us over to our ranking. All right. Wow. Let's see here. We've been doing some food stuff, but today we wanted to bring, I saw this little chart and I was like, you know what? Let's talk about these movies. This is the top 20 movies ranked, obviously, of all time. Let me see if I can stop the little ticker there so you can see those other two. So this is the top 20 highest grossing films of all time. So what I tasked Don to do, Dom and I to do, Don, who's Don? Dom and I to do is give our top 5 of the within this top 20. Now, looking in this, there are several films that I'm just like, holy cow! Like these movies made. I mean, like Jurassic Park. Which one is that? I can't
Jurassic World, and I think the number 8 is the first Jurassic World, and I think the number 20 is the Fallen
sequel?
Kingdom. I think.
Yeah. So yeah, so basically it's both new Jurassic Parks. That's fine. How funny story. Funny story. This is my buddy Matt. Matt's the guy that comes to the movies with me all the time, right, Dom?
Yep.
So listen, funny Dear Evan Hansen story for those of you at home. We were sitting there watching Dear Evan Hansen in a theater, and he looks over at me and says, "If they break out this song, I'm gonna get up and walk out." Not 2 seconds later, do they break out in song, and this man got out of his seat. I've never seen him leave a theater fast. I think he said, Matt, you're in the comments. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I think he said that's only the second movie he's ever walked out on his entire life. But by far one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It's definitely up there. But all right, Dom, instead of giving me all 5 at once, we'll get a little cute here. Give me your 5, 4, and 3. He said, "Yep." See, I was right. 5, 4, 3. What do you got?
So this was a little harder than I thought it was going to be because there's certain movies that I haven't allowed to I haven't had enough time to fully sit with me. So my number 5 is Avengers Endgame. My 4 is Fast 7 for obvious reasons. And my 3 is Avengers Infinity War.
Okay, so this is very hard for me too, right? I'm gonna narrow this down to 5, 4, 3. Okay, so number 5, give me Black Panther. Give me 5 Black Panther, right? Give me Avengers Endgame at number 4. Okay, give me. I'm really gonna screw myself here. I'm gonna put myself in a box that's gonna really make me mad. Give me at number 3. I prepared for this, I did, but now I'm like, you really threw me for a loop with some of your answers, so it's kind of fucked me up a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna go Furious 7 at number 3. All right. So that was Black Panther, Endgame, Furious 7. All right. What is your 2 and 1?
All right. So part of me really wanted to put Barbie on there, but like I said, it hasn't sat with me long enough. I need to watch that a second, maybe a third time. So number 2, I have Black Panther. And number 1, Titanic.
Man, you know what? It's crazy. We have the same number 1. Titanic is my number 1 too. Titanic's a banger. I don't care what anybody says.
It's me and my wife were talking about it, and it's one of the only movies that's widely watched that it still holds up. I mean,
yeah.
It was just fantastically made, and I mean it's Leo. I mean,
he does no wrong. I'm trying to think of what my number 2. Shit, man, I hate this. Man, I'll tell you what, I hate to say it like this, but it would probably be Barbie. I really do. So I like Avatar. The way the water was really good. I didn't like. Yeah. I'm just gonna run down. I'm gonna run down my thought. All right, so. Thumbs up, thumbs down. We're gonna do across the board, right? The bottom Jurassic Park, whatever Fallen Kingdom. I'm thumbs down on that 100%. That wouldn't even make my. That's got Harry Potter and whatever the Sorcerer's Stone. Never seen any of those Harry Potters. So, Matt, if you're still watching, please don't get mad at me. Super Mario Brothers movie, garbage. I hated it. Sorry. If you were under the age of 10, you probably liked it.
Yeah.
Barbie banger. Top Gun Maverick's a banger. That's another one. Like Barbie and Maverick are like ones that are just so recent that it's hard to like. Really, yeah. Original Avengers, it's good. It doesn't hold up the way that it should. It doesn't at all. Jurassic World, the new one. I actually really like that one. That's the only good one.
Yeah.
Infinity War, banger. Titanic, banger. Endgame, banger. Last Jedi.
I don't remember it enough to call it good or bad.
Neither do I. Black Panther, banger. Age of Ultron.
I'm on the fence with that one. I like it, but it's not like, why is it up here?
Yeah. Frozen 2. Oh, there's one. It's better than the first one in my opinion. Furious 7, banger. The Lion King,
atrocious.
dude. When
So
I first
bad.
saw this, I was like, "How is this fucking movie on here? It's so fucking terrible."
It's so bad.
It made 1.6 billion.
Like I tried I tried to watch it and I didn't see it in theaters, so I watched it like when it was on streaming and I didn't finish it because I was like, I can't watch the rest of
It's
this.
so fucking bad. It's one of the worst movies.
It makes you uncomfortable looking at like they tried to be too real and it's like, nah, man, I don't like it.
Yeah. No Way Home, banger. Force Awakens, banger. I think.
I don't remember. Like
I remember I always remember that's like my favorite Star Wars movie.
I think I did like that one.
Yeah. You know what doesn't age? Any of the old Star Wars movies. They do not age at all. They're terrible looking. They're Avatar: The Way of the Water, really like that one. Avatar, the first one, is dog shit.
I didn't like that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I think we're probably like 70% like versus bad. So that's not terrible. You know what I mean? Man, it just makes me really mad that The Lion King is on this list, though.
I know.
Like, that's really bad.
I know, and it sucks because if someone was to look at this and not really know anything about film, they'd be like, "Oh, so this is one of the best movies." No, it just made a lot of money. That's all.
Yeah, that's what half this list is. Oh no, it just made a lot of money.
Yeah, and that's just because everybody's nostalgia kicked in, and we were like, "I gotta see this." And I immediately remember watching the trailer and was like, "I don't care to see this at all."
And no, and then next year we've got Mufasa coming out with Barry Jenkins directing it. And the only reason I'll watch it is because Barry Jenkins is directing it. Barry Jenkins is one of the best directors in Hollywood.
Maybe they learn from their mistakes.
It's Barry Jenkins, so maybe I'm hoping that he turns the Mufasa or whatever it is into what Greta Gerwig did with Barbie. You know what I mean? That's her only hope. That's her only hope. So, but that being said, we thank you guys so much for checking out another episode of the Popcorn People podcast. We will be back next week with a preemptive show that we already recorded. We were going to be reviewing The Creator. We'll talk about the Dream Scenario trailer on that show. And we even talk about Usher playing the halftime show for some random reason because I just brought up some random shit for Dom and I to talk about. But that being said, I greatly, greatly appreciate your time. Matt, we appreciate you dropping in and saying hi. I'm glad you didn't get mad at me for my Harry Potter comments. But we will be back in 2 weeks live, but next week we'll be back with another show. So we'll talk to you guys later.